Hey guys, it's Sterling. So this video is going to be a little bit different. This video is to provide an educational resource onto how to get better at this game in an overall aspect. So in this video, we have a Brig fight versus another Brigantine that's very talented. You may recognize some of the players. We got Payray, we got Tuck, OP, and we got Happy Feets. All very talented players. If you know Payray and Tuck, they were on Sloop Deluxe as well as Happy Feet. He never really did competitive too much, but he is a very talented player, and we have a very good fight against them. Now, what we're going to do for this video is I'm going to kind of just analyze the fight, and I want to look over this fight and see what we could have done better in certain situations and see the little things that we can improve on to make us overall a better crew. This is what most highly competitive crews do in this game, are really sweaty crews. They like to watch over recordings of when they had really good fights and seeing where they can improve on to see where they dropped the ball, what happened, and this is just the best way, in my opinion, to get better at the game. A lot of people agree with it. A lot of competitive teams do this. I would say every one of them do this because this is just the next step. You want to look at yourself with open eyes and you want to be very critical of yourself. If you're not critical of yourself and actually pay attention to what you do in games, it's impossible to get better. So being able to sit down with teammates and being able to go over these kinds of things will just improve you and your crew overall. So this is something that we do, and this is just kind of an example of what we do. I go over several things, some things that we do and how we communicate, but it's really just an analyze of what we have done in a previous game. So we're trying to get better from this because this could have been done a lot differently. And yeah, hope you enjoy, hope you like it. I haven't done a video like this before, so we may do some more in the future, but this is definitely a new experience, so let's see how it goes. Enjoy the fight. And first thing we want to do is get first front sail raised, so we both get on front sail. After we get this sail raised, we go to back sail. This allows you to get a sharper turn. So we want to have shots first on their boat. So that's our idea here. So we immediately get on cannon, and we want to start hitting their boat.
They've got streamer names on.
So we're firing, and you'll notice we actually hit each other about the same time.
Yeah,
so
look
once
like you're
we
gonna
start
die
hitting or they
before
start
them.
hitting, you want to look at the arc of the cannon. When I'm talking about the arc of the cannon, I'm looking at the smoke trail behind the cannonballs. So if they're hitting you and you're not hitting them, look at the smoke trail that's behind their cannonballs of the ones that are hitting you. If you match that arc or the height of what you're shooting their cannonballs, you should have about the same height on the arc, so you should be hitting them as well. And vice versa, if you're hitting them, just follow your own cannon smoke trail, and you'll be able to hit their boat.
Am I high?
I'm getting hit markers.
Oh no, I'm hitting.
It looks like you're hitting.
Now we want to focus on hitting specific parts of their boats. You have their cannon 1, which is the first cannon on the front of the boat. Their cannon 2, which is the second cannon that's in the middle of the boat. Their helm, which is where the wheel is, where they can turn and everything. And you also have your 2 masts. Now you want to start hitting specific spots to apply pressure everywhere, as well as you want to kind of spread holes throughout their boat as well, so you can overpower them and put more pressure on their boat than they do you. Usually the best way to win these is by attacking their cannons so they cannot fire back.
Yeah, we're slamming.
So on normal broad, we want to put more pressure on their boat than they do us. Reballing here.
I set that way off.
Far so good, keeping my HP above 75% so we don't get sniped. We do get their front chopped here.
They slammed us.
Very good.
Yeah, they
Still applying pressure. Sometimes when getting launched, you see me grab either the other cannon, my own cannon, or the ladder. Keeps me from launching off. They do chop us here. Corrupt says drop front, so I go for dropping front. I almost get killed in the process. Try to drop it again, but it was already chopped already. So I'm trying to fix it so it doesn't fall completely over, and then get back on cannons so we can continue pressure.
Shots.
We need like a bag here, Sterling.
I got bagged. Fortunately, we get bagged here.
I bagged one.
That's okay. Tato also bags one of them. He starts the res, and he calls for a bucket, but he just calls for 1 bucket, which is important. You don't want to spend too much time holding buckets if he only needs 1, because that's less time on the cannon, so you'd be applying rest pressure. So we get back on the cannons here. I want to get their front chopped here.
My god, shots are moving. You got it.
Get another bucket here. Their front does go down.
They lost their back.
So now we have a side-by-side situation.
Yep, we're side by side.
Yep. Just win the side by side. I'm off.
Eating.
To win the side-by-side, we just need to put more pressure than they do. So I try to focus cannons here
Side by side.
so we can overpower them. Maybe they mess their angle up.
They're about to. They're honestly out of angle now. They're going for
Most teams, when they're out of angle, they're immediately going to try to snipe you. So that's why you want your HP to be high. See, I get sniped right there. Almost kills me, but I don't. I ran out of food there, which sucks, because now I have to get more food, which is less time on the cannons. Now when I ate, it didn't heal me to 75% or more, so
I'm eating.
very close. Could have got sniped there and died, but I eat again here
I'm getting
once I got
knocked off
food.
constantly. I'm swapping
Tato
K
gets
one.
knocked off.
Oh, they're blundering me away. Holy shit, they blundered you guys away from me.
Then yes, Tato got knocked off, and they started blundering us, so it pushes us in the water,
need
so
a
he can't
bucket,
catch us.
Dylan.
Here.
So at this point, we're 2-man on this
They
brig, which is
propeller ship
very
it.
dangerous because if they kill one of us, it's 1 man all of a
I
sudden.
got knocked
might
off,
need
but
it.
I
And so
catch.
we're about to be in full turtle mode here.
Just get up and turtle with me.
I'm gonna try to either get a mermaid or blunder them off the cannons for a bit.
Help me patch real quick
All right.
before they board. We got a lot of holes.
Yeah, so now we have a ton of holes. So
Holes right
stopping
now.
buckets can be very dangerous. You'll see
coming.
Corrupt when he goes to get holes. He tries to get holes that they can't hit anymore, like ones towards the front of the boat or the opposite side of the boat. He tries to get those holes first, because if you patch holes they can actively hit, they'll either knock you off or reopen the hole immediately, making you waste
Getting
time. So he
opposite
tries to
sides.
get to the other holes on the opposite side or the ones towards front. And then you see me go to wheel to try to correct our shots because we go out of angle.
So let's get this slam.
Helm isn't the only one that has to touch wheel, which is very important.
We're not full.
So I think it was very good that I did that, so now we can get on shots again and try to overpower this.
Try to get X's every time. If you're not hitting X's, aim a little higher.
They're gonna send blunders. They missed their blunder.
We had like blunder bombs.
You're gonna spin us a little
It's
bit.
my
out.
will. I won't be able to patch that with how much holes they've put in.
I'll turn us here a little bit.
Grab one bucket whenever you turn us.
We could both grab buckets and just go.
Sure.
Honestly, I think that's a strat.
All right. Let me know when you're ready.
So now we're going to do a double board because it looks like we have a ton of pressure on them right now, both with full buckets of water, because if you bucket water out of your boat and throw water onto another boat, it takes the same amount of water out of your boat and puts the same amount of water into their boat.
That shouldn't shot me.
I make a mistake and throw my water into the boat here early. Tato's not here, so he was not able to throw his water into it. He went way over the boat, so I needed to wait before I did that. So one bucket compared to two is just a lot less pressure. So the idea is to just have both of us do it at the same time instead of just me by myself and then him a little bit later. Both at the same time puts a ton more pressure.
Yeah, it is.
So that was a mistake that we could do better later. So we're kind of playing water here, because boarding a crew like this is going to be very difficult. So another thing we could have done better here is Tato goes up right here. If we were a little bit more coordinated and went up at the same time, we could potentially got some more kills here. But
I got
it
killed.
doesn't work out. Get shut down immediately. Not having the proper buckets onto their boat and not timing our boards how we normally should, it's not going to work out. We have to time that a little bit better next time.
We'll get more pressure on them. The board was kind of.
They're gonna have a lot of pressure on us.
Yeah.
So now, if you're playing a crew like this, if you send a double board and you both die, all of a sudden you have one person on your boat. And a crew like that's going to know this, and they're going to try to capitalize. So they're going to try to put pressure on us immediately, because now he's one man and he can't really defend himself. So we're going to come back here, and they're going to be applying a ton of pressure to us.
They're
We can
getting
beat
their
these guys,
sails
but
back
we
up.
have to let's sit up and we'll.
I think the strat is right here
Yeah.
to get as fully patched as we possibly can, get our sails up, and get like rotating.
Keep doing that while I
and
send some
stuff.
pressure to them.
We want to be very careful here
Okay.
to not get bagged at all.
They've got two on cannons.
Doing good with that.
Just get as patched as we can. Defend off their
Being
borders.
very careful
and
on my
then
buckets. Make
then
sure
we
we have
strike.
food. Watching for borders.
They're gonna send boards here in a second.
Trying to watch.
Waiting for them to send anybody. Listening for
right
it.
now.
Watching for
I
it.
think they're nosing though. They're nosing.
They do nose us here, so we can have some really good shots.
He's boarding on left.
Take care of the border.
Shots,
Yep.
shots.
Easy shots right here. Bag this guy. Bag this guy.
Really easy shots here. We really want to capitalize on this. They're man down right now.
Tune him.
Yeah, but it's gonna be.
But
hard.
it's also super dangerous. It's really hard to dodge a cannonball at this range.
I'm getting shot at.
So doing all right. Get some snipes on their cannon line because they will not let us on their cannon. If we get on that cannon, we're gonna get bagged.
Fuck.
I can go.
I
over
need-
there.
Now, this is one of the worst things I've ever done. This board makes zero
I
sense.
don't know why.
Really?
even
This should
though
have
I
never
just-
happened.
Let's
I shouldn't have went over here.
just get past before they.
I don't know what I plan on
They go
doing if I
past
get
you
on that
guys
board
now.
and wipe them. Very
No,
unlikely.
They raise sail. They're gonna.
Very good players. They shut me down instantly. But that was a
We
terrible
get our
situation.
shit together.
They were leaving
I
us.
know. We need to not.
One bucket.
If I
now,
stayed,
one bucket.
we could have turtled better and we could have recovered completely. But I go for a board, puts Tato and Corrupt in a really bad spot.
Front right now.
We're good on left sides. Just bucket it down.
We're near recovered. And that was just a terrible play altogether. Next time,
You realize how,
I don't
like,
need to try to board
backbreaking these guys are
a boat
now?
like that.
It's been
Doesn't make any
so long
sense.
Since we put any pressure. We either need
now it
to
makes it almost
send
impossible
really
to
good
put pressure
right
here.
now,
I'm back.
or we have to full turtle again.
All right.
Shoot.
Trying to take over this broad.
Off. I'll reboard.
Instantly trying to hit cannons.
Sterling, I need a.
They're
I
hitting
need
me
you
off
to kill one.
cannons.
Bag one. Back cannon. Back cannon. Front cannon.
Trying to get some snipes.
I got
Get sniped
Fucking
and cannonballed at the
cannons.
same time.
Dead on one.
That's unfortunate, but that's why you have to watch
I
your
won't
health.
be able to get him.
If you time it just right, you shoot a cannonball and snipe them, you can instantly
straight
kill
down
someone
as soon as
without
you
a
get
direct
res.
bag,
Coming up. Or coming down.
which is incredible pressure they just put on us. So now we're in a turtle situation again.
Someone can slightly adjust wheel.
Slowly drifting, because wheel is a little bit messed up, so I move it left a little bit. We
Is
can
our
start
wheel
to have easier
fixed?
shots on
It
them.
is, right?
This back sail being down is
No,
kind of a
oh.
problem as
We
well.
got a turtle. We got a turtle.
But they're putting so much pressure on us,
opposite
we have
side.
the full turtle here. So being very careful with the buckets.
They're gonna send
I don't like to
boards.
run up all the
We can-
way unless I'm trying to
if
check
they
for
do try to
borders.
wrap us here, then we'll be all right. Because our wheel's a lot better shape than it was a minute
So
ago.
our goal here is to minimize the pressure they're putting on us. So they're lighting up one of our sides. They can't light up the other. So we're going to try to do opposite holes in sides of the boat that they're not focusing on.
Go back towards the right a little bit.
There's a
I see
border here.
board.
Yep.
He's on right.
Communicate that well.
It's in the water.
I'm off.
Hit
I'm
him
off.
once.
Corrupt
He's
got
in there with
knocked
you.
off here.
One shot.
Buckets.
Very
Him
bad.
once.
Tato
Kill
gets
me.
knocked off here.
Killed him.
Alright,
They killed the
nice.
border, but I'm now alone on the boat.
I'm swimming back right now.
They're trying to get back up.
They're rapid.
I'm just full turtle mode. If I get knocked off, killed, we sink there.
I get some planks.
I'm
I
gonna-
get a patch
We
I'm
have
gonna
to
get
get these
deep.
patches.
So now we're turtling here again. Now their boat's behind us, about to start lighting up our left side. So I'm going to be very careful here and not really peek the stairs because they're going to try to focus on me here.
I got this one.
Focusing on the staircase when cannoning a brig is massive. So we're trying to wrap up the opposite side holes before they open up us on the other side. Do pretty well at that. We're just tanking.
Those aren't even gonna matter. 'cause
We
we're
handle
gonna
these
be-
situations really well.
We're gonna be okay.
Got a rep
Got a-
wheel.
I get some reps on the wheel, which is super dangerous here. But it's harder for them to hit the wheel from the angle they're at right now.
Yep.
So if I can get a rep on this
Rep.
wheel, I can match the angle. But now they're got to be to our right side. So now we need to make sure our left side of our boat is fully
We're gonna go
patched.
Right now.
So I start turning our wheel to try to
You need
match
send back pressure,
the
they're
rate
gonna
that
be
they're
able to
turning
back
us.
We're
So
matching
now
pressure.
we're in a good situation where we can potentially take over this broad. Shoot some
Dodge, 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 dodge,
cannons. Be very aware of getting bagged here. Be very scared of it. One bag can
I got
getting
fucking
popped
bagged by
mean
nothing.
everything. I get bagged there.
Dead on two.
I didn't see the cannonball,
Or no?
but it hit me.
I
Probably hit
just
the
threw a bucket
mast
back
and
in,
got me.
And I'm off.
Yeah.
And now Corrupt got knocked off, but he recaught,
Yeah, off-
and
off
there's
that.
no way they can res me there.
I just slammed him
If
with,
they
like,
go
a
for that
missile
res,
or, like,
There's a good
so-
chance that they're going to
Just
get
like
bagged
this.
in the process or knocked off. So in those situations, if you're dead on top and they have nothing but angle
Make
like
an
that,
easy board here.
it's not worth going for the res. I just need to offer to get back as soon as possible.
I think we just got boarded on left.
He calls for a board there.
Corrupt, go in deep.
We gotta
go in
watch
deep.
out for that.
Yep.
Tato
going
says
deep.
going deep so he can hold buckets and he can get patches. I should be spawning here soon.
Black screen right
I'm
now.
fully deep right now.
Doesn't
Somehow
sound
they're
good.
opening.
Zed.
Nice bucket.
Tato kills the guy.
Bucket.
I'm off,
They
I'm off,
open
I'm
Calling
off.
for buckets. Tato gets knocked off. I spawn. I get a bucket.
I'm on.
We're all back here. We bucket this back
Go in,
down.
someone needs to go
Very
under.
close.
Yes.
Nice spawn by me.
I'm going deep.
He's going deep again. So we're gonna hold buckets while he starts patching all the holes he can.
They're hitting me off deep.
So he's getting hit
Hitting
off.
me off
So he's gonna start
consistently deep
swapping
right now.
holes.
Swap holes.
I'm mid.
There's one on the left side. You
And
can
we're
take.
gonna be watching for a board here.
Alright, I'm going in with you. We need to get a couple of these patched or we're going down. Sounds like one might try to board.
I'm watching here for a board. They didn't shoot anyone out. They did it silently.
Getting opposite side.
They're on our
I'm
front.
kind of
right
watching ladders.
now. Dang.
And they raised their sail completely. So we're turning and they're gonna be on the opposite sides. I'm kind of watching.
If all three
Still
of us are
watching and
patching,
completely
we'll get it
turtling.
patched pretty
Well, I'm
quick.
just
We can out
bucketing
patch.
and watching right now. Oh, I got popcorned off. Fuck me. I can't.
And that's what you have to be careful about the stairs. You can get popcorned off easily.
At this point, I think we're gonna have to outpatch.
Yeah,
So now we got the opposite side holes.
now.
So the pressure is a lot less now.
Getting on.
Still knocking us around.
Make sure you try to stay on the boat.
Whatever we want to do, we want to stay on the boat here. We don't want to get knocked off. We don't want to get bagged. There's
We have to
He's got
outpatch.
anchored.
a lot of pressure coming in.
Guy up.
Okay.
And a border.
Hit him once.
Back
He's dead.
there. We end up killing him.
I just threw a bucket back in. I gotta reload my blend.
They have one less person on their boat now.
Where are they? Snipe him,
We
snipe him.
only have one side of holes. So
Back
we're going to
in
go for
first,
some
back in
snipes
first.
here.
Can't see high wave.
So trying to get some snipes
I'm
so we
off.
can alleviate the pressure.
Reboard.
Getting some buckets. This is very dangerous going for snipes because they're going to be aiming at stairs, knocking us off. Now I have no food.
Yeah, go get food.
I wish I did this differently.
Alright, we gotta get these patched.
I tried to turtle, got killed by the splash
I got
damage.
him. Oh,
I wish I went for the
I got him,
food
I got him.
crate by the wheel
That's not gonna work.
because I
They're not
wouldn't have
gonna allow
died
that.
here. I would have offered
they
anyway.
allowed it.
There's no way they allow that.
They allowed that.
Food desperately.
I got up.
I gotta get food
got
as well.
some
They sent
food.
another board.
We have a lot of water. Then they send two boarders, which
Two
play the
boards.
water.
He's on ladder left.
One of them gets up. We knock him off.
One's on right.
And they're not going to board us here.
I see one.
They might go for it, but them being in the water is
I'm dead.
just as much pressure.
I'm
One
off.
shot. Dude, we sink here.
They get knocked off. Tato gets killed. Corrupt is off.
I got hit off.
I
My
cannon
goodness.
him off. And I'm able to keep the buckets alive, but their cannon is going to focus stairs, which inevitably will
They're
probably
both in the
popcorn me
water.
I
off.
got hit off.
Now this is a bad situation. I can't get up. He kills me. We killed the other one that was in the
GG's.
water, and that was Jeej.
Sucks, man.
Yeah, no one on the boat. Their focus with their cannons while we were trying to
Man,
defend
those
borders
bags that
was very
happening
good.
to me, man. Fucking-
Usually,
the
when you
one
have
by borders
borders,
was really bad.
the
I
people
should've-
cannoning want to try to focus stairs
I was
because
just
the
trying to
people
get
that are
them off you
defending
guys.
are going to be on stairs the whole time,
You
But
gotta
just
be
trying to
really
bucket,
good.
bags were
watch for the
bad.
boards.
The
So if they
bags.
can focus their cannons on the
There's
stairs,
no cannons there. I just got
it's
bagged
really
by
easy to
something.
help your
Every
borders
time
to
we
get on their
lost
boat
cannon,
and make it
It was
successful.
just bag.
Let
And
alone,
then
really good match.
I really wanted to get us
Learned
wrapped
a lot
up,
from
but we
there.
kept-
What we probably could have done
like,
in that
every time.
situation
I mean, yeah.
is
because
to
there's
turtle a
rotation.
lot better than what we did.
Yeah.
Normally,
The sails
we
in the
have
way,
one or
so we
two
couldn't
people
really, like,
turtle and plank
try
up
to
the
get more
boat,
cannons
so
and
it's a
that.
lot less water coming in.
Just the bags.
But there we
so
had
close to it, so it's
everybody
easy for them.
just on stairs, which made it easy for us to get popcorned off or killed. So if we were able to have one person down deep while the
Otherwise,
other
aim for
person
me
buckets
more than anyone else. We're
and
on
watches, we could
Fuck.
alleviate the pressure,
Well,
defend the borders
mast was, like,
better,
right
and then
over
even
here,
turn that
so
fight
it
on
was
their
an
own
easy
head.
bag.
But we were all kind of on stairs. We all got popcorned off or killed. And that's just a wrap. They did really good at helping their borders with the cannon right there. It was a really good game. GG's to the other crew. You may recognize some of them,
Yeah, very good
but
crew.
very good
Not
players.
unsinkable, though.
A lot of fun.
That was
No,
that
I
was
think
just
we
a little
can-
bit on us.
Yeah. I think we can take them next fight. Potentially.
If I wouldn't have got hit off right there, we would have been all right.
I mean,
was in the
same.
water, though.
I was
I-
on permas, but